This is WolfPrince01, and this video is going to go over module groups. Now, when you first start, you only have 2 module groups available, so it may be hard to decide what you want to actually keep. And that all depends on what you plan to do with your account. If your main goal is to fight pirates, then you're of course going to need a combat set. Now, early game, having a Palladian in this set will actually help you win more fights than any of their attributes, but once you can actually get enough attribute points to get your aiming to 100% critical hit chance, critical hit set is the best mid to late game build. Now, the key concepts of that is of course to have enough points in the aiming to give you a 100% chance to get a critical hit, and then to stack on as many points of piercing as possible. This makes so you do a lot more damage in fights. Now, of course, if you're a combat ship, your other module group's going to kind of vary depending on what you want to do more. To go with a combat ship, having a disassembly set usually helps you get the most profit from the guns, modules, and creators that were dropped if you disassemble them. But, of course, another great set to have would be a science set. This is going to help you get research technologies faster and get updates faster, which, with the updates, if you're going to be a combat ship, putting them into aiming would be useful. And if you can get a 100% chance for critical hit with just updates and technologies, then you won't actually need modules for aiming for your piercing set, allowing it to be even stronger. Now, if you're going to go the route of being a harvester, it's a little bit easier decisions on what you should actually do. You're only going to really need 2 module sets. You're just going to need a harvesting set, which of course the basic attributes you're going to want for that is just the harvesting attribute, of course, as much of that as you can get. And anything that is harvesting would back up things like accelerator, fusion, or engines will also give you bonus points to your harvesting. And then with that, it's always best to get a science set to put more updates into the harvesting attribute to make you even better harvester. Then, of course, as you start to expand your module groups, things you're going to want to get for both types of ship will be a jump set eventually. So as your ships get bigger, their hull grows, and the larger your hull is, the larger your jump cost is. So you're going to need a set with a good amount of accelerator to bring down your jump cost. Of course, another important set is going to be the construction set. You're going to need this, first of all, to build your 20 stations, and then you're going to need it to actually upgrade them to the point you want to upgrade it to. Well, this is of course going to be one of the more important sets. You really don't need to expand on it after a certain point unless you're going to try and build things for captains. All you really need to get the maximum amount of stations and the lowest upgrading cost is 6,650 points. Other important sets to make would be repair sets. But the basics of a repair set is just to lower the cost of repairing your ship and other things. When you start out, you may want to combine several repair sets together, like normal repair and shield charge, to get the minimum repair cost for both of them for your ship, especially if you're a combat ship. And then as you start to get more module sets, you can expand them to a set like this, where it's mainly repair, and then add some enhancing into a repair set to lower the black cost of upgrading modules. Now, the most repair you're actually going to need is 8,000 points, which I don't have on this because I have some enhancing on this set. but it would be easy enough to just swap out one enhancing module for one repair, and this would give me the lowest repair cost for stations as well as fleet. Now, expanding on the combining different sets together, here's kind of an example of more of a late game module set. I put my shield charge and my fusion sets together. This way I get the cheapest shield charge cost, and I get the maximum fusion percentage for fusing materials. As you can see, this still leaves me yard slots to expand, so even early game you could probably add some repair modules into a set like this and have shield charge, repair, and fusion all in one set. Another set that's good to have, especially for fighters, would be a scan set. What this will do is allow you to get more capsules from fighting pirates, as well as a lot more in clan raids if you do cargo attacks, and also find better modules, guns, and creators. If you have the Rapid Swapper set, you can always use your combat set to fight the pirates, and it will automatically use your scanning set to give you the best items, so long as you have both module groups on at the same time. Other sets that would be useful, extremely late game, would be basic magnifier set. Now, you're not using this for the shield charge at all. What you really want this for is to extend mission timers, because as your mission combos get higher, the base time for the time to missions gets lower, all the way down to about a base time of an hour. And some missions may not be as easy to get, or if you get a really hard, especially if you get a really hard mission towards the end of your day of playing, then it may be good to have a good sized magnifier set so you can always pick up the mission the next day without it expiring. Another set to build may be a tanking set. The basic stats you want for this is of course going to be plating, and then anything that has a backup enhancing stat will also be useful for this. Now, this set does have more limited uses to it. It's mainly used for the fighter mission to take a lot of damage, or for tanking in clan raids. It has some use in the virtual arena. Other important things to know about module groups is you can expand them all the way up to 8 module groups for upgradium just fine. To get the last 3 module groups, you're going to need to first purchase the unique device called Rapid Swapper. And that will unlock the ability to get the last 3 module groups for upgrading.